it's the beginner crafter. Welcome to another Crochet and Crafts Tube video. And today I only have some crochet to show you because that's what I've been focusing on. The crochet sweater from the Crochet Along, the Ever Change sweater by Pepper Goose or Susan Walsh. And I'm behind everybody else, or behind the schedule that is prepared for them all, because I only got to the underarm join, which is kind of something that we were supposed to do almost 2 weeks ago, but because my sweater was starting to get a little too big and there was Christmas in between, I paused it. So I didn't have to frog anything so far. And I think the last time that I showed you this, so 1 week ago when there was the wrap up, I think it was something like here, more or less. So I did make a few more rows. I did make this join for the underarms, and then what I'm supposed to be doing is the bodice. So just front, this join here, the back, and the join there, and so on. Why I haven't done anything more? Because it turned out I made a mistake at the beginning of the whole thing. And my stitches are wrong. So I wrote to the designer and she said that we can make that work, but I need to take pictures and show her exactly what the problem is so that she knows how to solve the problem. And also one of the things she told me to do to make sure that I want to actually take care of that problem with the bodice is to do the neck, because my biggest issue was the size of the neckline. It was too wide for me. So she told me to start making it, and I did first 4 rows of the neckline. Again, there were mistakes. That's quite annoying with this sweater. So first, when I made the first row of the neckline, it turned out that in the arm, in the beginning part of the neckline, I had the number of stitches that is for the XL size, and I'm making the 2XL size, so that was already weird. Then when I was making this neck part, the number of stitches went to like 6XL. So I decided to sort of go with the 1XL. So what I started here. And that's how I rolled for the first row. Each part I counted the stitches and they had the amount of stitches that was necessary for XL size. Somehow on the first row, on the 4th row, where like everything was stitched together as one piece and not as individual parts, I got the number of stitches between XL and 2XL, like basically in the middle between the two sizes. I have no idea how that happened. And at the moment it's not something that is really a concern of mine, because what the most important thing was is that I really could see that the neckline is getting smaller, that those stitches here really tidy it up and make it less wide, and there are more stitches of the neckline, I mean more rows of the neckline, so it will get even smaller. So I think the neckline will really be okay, because when I looked at the pattern, I think the most important thing is that there is an even number of stitches and not an odd number of stitches. So like that's the only thing. I hope. I will write to the designer, because I still haven't gotten around to do that, to let her know what my problem with the stitches is, and then so that she can help me solve the problem and just sort of do the bodice in a good way. I think the problem is that I have like possibly three stitches that are like the same, where it should be alternated, and that is pretty easy to solve, because then that's just, you know, you make the middle one sort of in 2 rows the same, and then you have a nice alternate. But it also can be, and that's kind of what I don't remember yet and I need to take care of. It could be that there are 2 stitches that are the same next to each other, and you can't really alternate them. And the problem is that they are in this part somewhere. So I don't remember how many stitches I have here, and will it actually work? It will just be slightly like 1 stitch moved, the pattern, but in general it won't really make much difference. Or if the number of stitches in here also will create the problem that at some point I'll have to make 2 identical stitches next to each other, or instead of alternating also between rows, so like there's half treble and then a double, and then half treble and then a double, I'll have like 2 doubles or 2 half trebles. So that's what I need to have a look at to let the designer know. But so far the designer has been super friendly and super helpful when it comes to making the sweater, so I'm very glad with how things work out. I've made mistakes and I kind of expected that, and that's why I was using the cheaper yarn, so that in case something goes really terribly wrong, I'm not stressed about wasting yarn that is expensive. However, part of my problems is the yarn, because it is quite thin and it's very fiddly, and that's why some of the problems with the stitches, especially around the neckline, they might stem from the fact that it's a low quality, maybe not low quality yarn, it's not low quality yarn, it's just it's very thin yarn, and thinner than what the sweater was designed for, or what yarn the sweater was designed for, and a little bit more delicate. And because it's also not twisted, as you can see, these are just threads next to one another. Because it's not twisted, it's not as solid, so it's a little more problematic in some cases. So I'm not really mad about those mistakes. I mean, I wish I hadn't made them and I wish they hadn't appeared, but it's not a big problem for me. I'm not super stressed about it, but I just need to like exchange a few more messages with the designer to have it going. Once I have this problem solved with those stitches here, I think I'm set for making the bodice and then the ribbing and then getting to sleeves, and then we'll see if there will be another problem with the number of stitches, because we'll see. It just can go anywhere. At the moment, you know, there might be some mistakes. We'll see how that works, and basically that's it. It's like, that's what I have for now. So in 2 weeks time, when I'll be doing another Crochet and Crafts Tube, I hope I'll have the bodice done, maybe even the ribbing, so the whole down part or the whole bottom part of the sweater. With sleeves, I don't know, because it takes me a while to do the whole round. I know those rounds now will be shorter because I will be making just these and not these parts, so there will be significantly fewer stitches to make, but still it takes me a while to go through the whole round, and I usually have a break after making one round. I have a break and do something else, and then I return, so it might take me a while, especially that I prefer longer sweaters, so my bodice will probably be more rows than the pattern calls for. So I think bodice is achievable, ribbing also possible, but I don't think I'll be able to take care of anything else. Especially that I will have to have a look at the number of stitches for the sleeves as well, and see how everything fits around there. So this is all for now. I didn't manage to do any other crochet or craft related project, and I don't really expect to make one in the next 2 weeks, so I think you'll be just watching the progress for the sweater. However, if you want to see the progress, consider subscribing to the channel and like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or advice regarding the sweater and crocheting. And thank you for watching. Hopefully see you next time. Bye!